do things together. And
Mary, can you tell me if black and white people go to school together where you live?
people did not go to school together because of their colors. The Europeans made this law because they didn't think black people were important to the world. They thought white people were better. I can read it now.
It was weird that they don't go to school together. They could have done it differently. Did they not go to school together because of their different colors?
Yes, that was the reason. Black and white people rode separate buses and went to separate schools.
Coming over to a black person and got to know a black person. Did that happen to you when you were a kid?
It did not happen to my uncle when he was a kid. He did what the laws said. He stayed with his parents in his school. He only knew kids that were at his school and his neighbors.
They are alive in Africa because it is very hot there, and there are creatures there that you don't want to stay near.
That does not happen in South Africa. Animals are either in zoos or in safaris, and you take a truck and look at the safari. The safari is like somewhere you drive through and you get to like stay by a fire in part of the camping out. My brother really wanted to show the whole class this picture.
In South Africa because Antarctica is close and there are penguins that swim around.
It does not snow in South Africa, but there are penguins, just like Josie said. And I drew these pictures. I copied these pictures. This penguin picture from my grandma's. My grandma helped me with most of it. The beach is called Boulders Beach. Boulders Beach.
Do you live in the grasslands or the desert?
My uncle lived in the grasslands, and this star right here is where my uncle lives. Yeah, South Africa is it too. is an imaginary line people thought of on the left side. The Atlantic Ocean flows up that way. That's the cold side. Most animals don't drink out of that water. And this line is, it means like that's the hot part of South Africa. And on the right side is the Indian Ocean. That is the warm side. And I drew a little penguin on Antarctica to show that was Antarctica. And that's the end of that part of it. I have another thing to show. This is Kruger National Park. This is where the safari is. You can see elephants and African buffaloes and I don't know what it's called.
Impala.
Impala and the white rhino. That's what the name is. This is my Uncle Anthony and my Aunt Kate. And here's bats hanging on the ceiling, and monkeys, and nether, and more, and impalas and stuff. Yeah. Here's Boulder's Beach with more and a lot of This is Cape Point, right here, and the weather views and that little something, not like a lizard or something. Now I would like to show this bowl. It is not mine, it's my grandma's. It's made out of ostrich eggs.
Yeah, it's like a mosaic of the shell.
This used to be a plain black bowl in the ostrich eggs. Look what you're dropping. It's okay, it's yours. This is my brother's giraffe. It's made from South Africa. People carved it to make like it used to be wood and then they painted it white. And these two things, I do not know what they're called. Cups? Maybe they're cups. Ostrich eggs are about this big, and the eggs we are about this big. So this bowl probably took a very long time to make for a lady to make this thing. Mostly girls make things like this. And I would like to pass these around, but I don't want anyone to open my dad's because his doesn't close, but ours do. I don't want you guys to open.
Please don't open them. You all hear? Please don't. Just look at it and carefully pass it to the next person. Cassie, pass it to the next person. Thank you. Raise your hands if you have a question.
What are they? They're candle holders, and they have names on them. And the black one right here is my dad's, and this one right here is mine. And I think that's my mom, and Patrick, that's my brother Patrick.
What's inside of it? What's inside of it?
The candle holders?
Yeah.
Little candle holders, and then the outside is made out of beads. In a very cool way. My uncle's mom sent these to us for a Christmas present. Yes, Cassie?
I was wondering, like, where people in Africa might find this stuff. Like, would they just find it lying on the ground, or would they just have to collect it?
They would have to just collect it, and then,
I did not turn it upside down.
they made this in a very cool way,
I turned it upside
which was
Charlie.
cracking an ostrich egg, and then making, they dyed the ostrich egg, and then put it on this, made it for my grandma.
We have time for this one last question over here. Is it a question, child?
How did they get all those pieces? Where did they get all those pieces of ostrich egg? They just cracked the shell from an ostrich, and then they made this look like a very cool mold. Yes, Lily?
How did you get all this stuff?
These white things are from my house. This is my grandma's book, and this is my grandma's bowl. And I drew all these. Yes, Patsy?
Okay. Hold on a second. We need to actually stop for now. I know some of you might have more questions, and that's wonderful. Hold on to them for a few minutes because we need to make sure that we have enough time to, one, give Mary a big round of applause, and two, get cleaned up and collect our folders and get our things for the end of the day. Mary, thank you so much.
Woohoo!